Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for attending today's 12-step roadmap session. We're right in the middle of getting ready for the holidays. I think we're a couple days away from Christmas. So if you're taking time out to be with us today, I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are watching this recording in the future, this is December 2014. Anything I say cannot and will not be held against me because stuff changes. However, you guys, I just wanted to take, I'm not going to take a lot of your time today, but I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about keyword planning. For those of you that are new, let me make sure that you know how to get around. So this is a CI Web Group website, and if you scroll down here, you can go right to training, and there's a webinar registration right at the bottom of this page. Also, if you go to 12-step roadmap.com, 12steproadmap.com. This is where you can register for all future sessions. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube and you want to get notified about future training sessions, you can get that directly from here. So again, it's 12steproadmap.com. Just click the sign up link. You can sign up and you'll get notifications of all future trainings. You can also view past trainings just by going under the webinars tab. So anything that you've missed, for example, we'll jump into strategy. Over the last month, we've been doing strategy sessions for 2014, recaps 2015, planning. However, these last 4 sessions are really timeless. It's all about how you think, your results, success measurements, success tools. We did a few trainings on how to create clarity in your business in order to focus on the right objectives to achieve the results that you're seeking and so forth. So you can jump in here. If you're just getting this for the first time, I would definitely recommend going into webinars, checking out the strategy sessions, and the sessions all in December of 2014. You should probably start at the end of November for the 11/25 session. Jump in here, start from here, and this is really going to give you a good starting point for the rest of the trainings that are in here. And of course, depending on what content is or what the content is, some of the things that we talk about in 12-step roadmap are timeless on how to achieve accelerated results, and some of them are going to change because we're in a world where technology is constantly changing. Google's requirements are constantly changing. People, their shopping habits, their buying habits, data, what data is available, and so forth. Now, one of the challenges for a lot of businesses is the guesswork that comes into trying to figure out what to do first or what they should focus their energy on. You guys, we are absolutely open to jumping on and doing a strategy session with any of our registered training attendees. So if you do register, even if you've only attended one training, then you can absolutely fill out a form and contact us, and we can set up a strategy session with you. Part of all of this stuff is just simply figuring out what to do first, what order. And a lot of times when you attend training, or you go to a session or a big conference and you listen to a speaker, the information that they are missing to be able to provide you with adequate coaching is an understanding of where you are in your business. For example, I did a coaching call with somebody this last week. They were in real estate. I had another one with an attorney, and their businesses, they had done very, very well. However, their arching goal was they wanted to create some freedom in their life. That's why they got into those particular businesses. However, they found themselves, as successful as they were, totally tied down to a business that was counting on the next sale, the next deal. So they didn't have the freedom that they originally sought out for. So if they went to just a typical training and there wasn't a conversation with the strategist or a coach, you could wind up building them a new marketing system, growing their business even more, and so forth, but not addressing the root issues that are preventing them from the fulfillment that they seek in their business and their life. So this is more than just about technology or marketing and so forth. The content that my fellow speakers and I talk about really is to help you accomplish your overall life goals to create more fulfillment for you, for your team, for your staff, for your company, for your corporation, and so forth. So with that, there's got to be a level of understanding as far as what you want in order to be able to attain it. So if freedom is important to you, if growth is important to you, if financial freedom is important to you, then we need to understand what drives you, and ultimately, what does that picture look like? So right now, all of you should be thinking forward to the end of 2015. So for December of next year, 1 year away from now, what does that picture look like? What does next year look like? In the trainings that we've had over the last couple weeks, we've really tried to create clarity. We've made a list of keep doing, start doing, stop doing. We've defined what our high leverage activities are. We have identified what the urgent and not important, or urgent and important, or not urgent but very important, the maintenance items, or the not important and not urgent things are. And hopefully you guys have done that homework and you've got a clearer picture of where you're headed. But I want you just to visualize, what does next year look like in its most ideal setting? What does it look like? Is it easier for you to get business? Is it more business from existing clients? Is it you want to take 3 vacations next year or 12 vacations next year? Is it that you want to only have to work 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day? What does that look like? Is it that you want to increase your total company revenue by X%, or you want to increase total profits by X%? What does your brand look like? What does the visual appearance of your brand look like? Are you walking into next year with a brand that you're not proud of, or are you walking into next year doing it right? And this is the year that you're going to have a professional looking website, professional looking brand, and so forth. I want you to really, really think through, what does that look like? And then you can backtrack into, what are the steps that are necessary in order to do that, and how do you prioritize? A lot of times, entrepreneurs especially, like I said, they go into business with the goal for freedom, and I stopped on this slide specifically, but that's originally why they sought off for starting their own business, only to find themselves without the very thing that they seek. And so usually this is a series of decision making that has caused this. All right, now that being said, I'm going to get a little bit technical on you for a little while. From an SEO standpoint, it is important right now, and this is a project, I'm actually pulling up a project we're in the middle of for one of our clients, and I want to walk through very quickly with something you need to be thinking about. In each one of your businesses, you are trying to generate business, and that only occurs a handful of ways. Typically, people's buying decisions result into 2 major factors. 1, they get a referral to a new product, new service, or a new individual. 2, they go to the internet and they Google whatever product or service, or questions or comparisons and so forth that they're interested in gaining more information on. And 3, they get a referral, but they still go Google either the salesperson, the company name, the brand, or the product name before they even make a phone call. So bottom line is you've got to be very, very particular about understanding what are people looking for. So I wanted to show you kind of a spreadsheet that is an easy way to start figuring out and keeping track of the phrases that your prospects are looking for. So obviously you've got to have a very, very clear understanding as to the products and services you're trying to take to market in order to do this project. You also have to have some experience under your belt from a customer service sales perspective. You have to have had meetings with customers and be able to recall and record in the future, what are the variations of information that they are seeking? What are they looking for? And if you're not asking this information or you're not asking these questions, now's the time to do that. So I'm going to use this particular project as an example and try and relate it to yours as well. Typically, you're going to have main primary phrases, and then you're going to have variations. And then you're also going to have geography. What is a location? Now, trying to find or be found or position yourself for a phrase that is, so let's see here. let me show you the difference. If somebody is looking for HVAC company, and here there's no variation, and they're looking for wrapping or falls, there are 65,900 pages inside that drawer. So these pages, and this is a spreadsheet's a little old, but let's go just double check this and see what the current pages listings are. Okay, so 65,400 pages. That's how many other sites own an individual listing inside this page. So if I'm looking for example, marina and port web design, there are 1.8 million pages inside the drawer called marina and port web design. I'm just looking to be position 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or in this situation, 2, 3, and 4. Same thing if I'm looking for a Mana preferred web designer, or I could go through web design, for example. These are the things you need to look at. How many pages are inside this drawer? There's a little over 1 million pages inside this drawer, and your goal should be to be listed for position 1 through 5. If this is something, now, here's the difference. A web designer may try and go after the phrase. So remember, there's 1 million pages in this drawer. Let's say that they try and go after the page web design. And I actually had somebody say, well, I typed in SEO the other day and I didn't find you, which I'll show you that. So look at this. There's 1.1 billion pages in this drawer. 1.1 billion pages in this drawer, which is why you have, this is the main key phrase. The variation is a Mana preferred. The variation is marina, port, or HVAC. So all of these are variations of a main primary key phrase. So here are your primary key phrases. Okay, this is a main phrase. HVAC, 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 all the way down. Another main phrase, AC, another main phrase. Now I want you to look at this. It moves from AC to air conditioning, and then it moves to air conditioner, and then it moves to heating, heater, furnace, ductless, and so forth. So your main phrase, there is a big difference between, and let's go look at some, let me just go show you some examples here. So this is Google's AdWords Evaluator, and it's a keyword planner. You guys can go sign up for this and use this all you want. Let's go look for air conditioner, AC, HVAC, air conditioning, heater, heating, boiler, furnace. Let's go look at the difference. So all I'm looking at right now, you guys, is the main phrase. I'm not looking at variations yet. I'm just looking at the main phrases. All right, so this is the average number of searches per month. So HVAC is 3,600, air conditioner 2,900, AC 2,900, air conditioning 880. So this is where you can make a pretty big mistake in choosing or selecting key phrases. Right here, the word air conditioning. So let's say that somebody was looking for air conditioning installation, air conditioning repair, air conditioning maintenance, and so forth. Those are the variations. There's only 880 searches in this, and it has high competition, very expensive if you were doing a PPC campaign. Now, the difference is if you go up to AC, there are 2,900 average monthly searches, medium competition. Same thing, heating has 260 monthly searches, medium competition. So think about it this way. If I told you you have a choice. I can get you to page 1 and position 1 of Google for a phrase with a variation and a location that says the word heating in it, and you can get 260 potential searches on a monthly basis, 30 phone calls to your shop because you own page, half of page 1 for that particular key phrase, and 10 closed deals, and it can be done in 60 days or 90 days, or you can go after HVAC, where there is much steeper competition. There's more searches, so this number might look enticing to go after the 3,600. There's more. However, it's going to take you 6 months to get to page 1. How do you recoup your investment first? So you want to be careful, and you want to find very, very niche variations of key phrases. So you'll see for us, we often do brands. This is a big brand of ours. So if you're looking for Mitsubishi or Amana or any, and I'm not going to go down the whole list because that's our gig, but if you're looking for any of our major relationship or major brand, manufacturer brands that we're the preferred dealer for as far as web design, you're going to wind up, or we're going to wind up positioning ourselves there, not only on the web search, but I want you to check out, if we also go to videos, I want to own page 1 of Google. So there's 2,100, and this is if people are looking for, I don't even have to put dealers. Let's go like this. So if I look for Amana preferred dealers, let me go Amana brand. So there are HVAC companies across the globe, in the hundreds and hundreds of thousands, that are looking at possibly selling Amana products, and they want to become an Amana brand dealer. So if they Google or search for Amana brand dealer, guess who owns page 1 of Google for that? Now, you can also jump in and finally get to Amana and all of their videos and so forth. However, I want to slide myself into the position when, as soon as those dealers are looking at possibly becoming a preferred vendor for them, or a preferred dealer or a contractor, I want to make sure they understand Amana also has all these great programs. They also happen to be ran through CI Web Group. So just an example. Let's see here. So here's another example. There are people out there that, small businesses that use website builder tools, right? One of the big ones is Intuit Website Builder. So if they're looking to possibly have a website done by one of the triple F's, friends, family, or fools, or they're going to do it themselves, what I would like to do is line up right in front of them and recommend that that's probably not a good idea. So if they're looking for a different brand, for example, Intuit Website Builder, they're going to find this particular one, and then immediately they're going to find, this is by CI Web Live, this is our YouTube video. Immediately they're going to come in, and I want to own that position. So I just want to show you some different, the first example I gave you was an example of some pretty literal search phrases. These are the main phrases. Then these are essentially your variations. And then these are the primary locations that they want to go after to begin with. This is doable. Getting to page 1 of Google for these key phrases, especially, I love these numbers. They're all in the hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million. We got a few here that are 3 million, but we basically own page 1 of Google for the majority of their search phrases. I'm curious about this one. We haven't went after that one. Let me just go check, because I am totally curious, even though I don't know what the ranking is. Oops. AC installation beacon. So 30 million pages. That's a lot. That would be tougher but totally doable. Fishkill. All right. Where was I? Okay, so here's your examples, right? Now, this has to get done. This is for your primary services or your primary products or these are your main squeezes, right? But in addition to that, you want to be very, very creative, and you want to put yourself in front of possible prospects, even if you have to go around the bend to get there. So let's see here. If I'm looking for NMTA a conference, for example. So this is the Northwest Marine and Trade Association, which HVAC is one world that we play very, very big in. Also the marine world. So if you're familiar with ports, their airports, it's water, land, and sea. I think I just said water, land, and sea. Air, land, and sea. So ports, also marinas. This is a big area for us. We do a lot of business here. So if somebody is looking for one of the best Marine Trade Association conferences, they're going to run into the conference, but they're also going to find videos that we have implanted inside YouTube. Now, let me go check what the web search is. So if I go NMTA conference, web search, this is one of the ones that we're playing with, moving up as well. NMTA Marina Conference. So good. So if you're looking for NMTA conference, it's only a small amount of pages in there, but it's an entire pocket of potential prospects that we want to align ourselves in front of. So you'll notice here. Now, let me give you, let's see here, what was, we're doing this for a client right now. So if you're looking for an MTA conference and you're looking at videos, we basically occupy the entire first page, even some videos that we've created for some other people. Okay, now Dallas Family Law. So we're doing the same thing with our clients, and let's see here. Lisa Duffy, Melinda Eitzen, and this one right here, which hasn't loaded yet. So you can also do the same thing with video, and you can do it for your primary search phrases as well. So this video, page 1 of Google for Dallas Family Law Attorney. I don't think that's it. Oh, I'm not. Hang on a minute. Okay, so just kind of give you some examples. All right, now, I don't need that. This is your variations, your spreadsheet. You've got to come up with a spreadsheet. But once you're done, so depending on, I see Justin Atkinson on the call with Trinity Event Staff, and he's been in trainings with us for like a decade. So he's already nailed this portion. I mean, this is something, we're upgrading all of his technology. He's launching new websites. So he's going to have these powerhouse websites. But he gets, how do you come up with what are all the variations? And this is first and foremost. But the next thing is, what are the other phrases that are going to align you or put you in front of all your potential prospects? And then it's just simply doing the research, doing the math, writing the content, and so forth. Now, as you grow your website, if you've got a powerhouse website, you keep it current, you keep it upgraded, you're always on the main or best technology and so forth. You've got to take care of your technology. It's like if you're operating on a website that's 2 years old, it's literally like owning a car, parking it in a garage, and just letting it sit for decades. It's going to break. It's not going to work. So you want to take care of the technology. You want to continue to feed it, which is putting new content in there. And as long as you do that, and you're also building backlinks. So for example, let's see here. This is what You want to see backlinks constantly growing. Let me see if I can come in here and do I think it's going to be under here. So you want to see growth. You want to see continuous growth. It doesn't need to be, flying up the entire chart, but you want to see your external links continuing to grow. And so we're measuring against other companies as well, but this is where you want to see growth. Okay, so let's see here. Back to yours. The first thing everybody's got to do, and I'm just going to do a quick summary and then we'll wrap up. Create a spreadsheet, and you may create 2 sheets. So sheet 1 may be your primary services, where you take what is the main phrase, what are the variations, multiple variations, and this gets really redundant. You can wind up with hundreds of key phrases on here, which technically you should, because you've got millions of possible prospects that are out searching, or hundreds or thousands, depending on what kind of a search you have, and they're all going to type something in slightly different. So you can expect that you're going to have a really big number of key phrases that you wind up going after over time, and you want to continue to grow into those. Maintain the ones that you have in page 1, position 1, add more. Maintains 1, add more. But start off with this project for next year for your business, and the very first one being taking all of your primary searches. Then I want you to be thinking very, very creatively about other organizations, other brand names, other search phrases. This sounds really silly, but I tell people that imagine if you personally only knew what ketchup was. You're in a grocery store, and everybody on this planet only knows what ketchup is. And you create this new product. No one knows about it. No one knows, but it's called mustard. And no one on the planet is looking for mustard. They just don't. That's not what they do. The only thing they know to look for is ketchup. So how do you get people to know about your mustard? How do you get people to know about your mustard if the only thing they're looking for is ketchup, for example? You have to talk about ketchup. You have to line yourself up in front of prospects based on what they already are searching for. What are they already looking for? And then introduce your product or service. Next, what are they already looking for? They might already be looking for the word Nike or Amana or Mitsubishi or another brand. They might already be familiar with that, probably because those companies have multi-million-dollar marketing budgets and ad campaigns. So what are your prospects already familiar with? What are they already looking for? You've got to have conversations with them. You have to talk to them, and you've got to find out what are they looking for. And it might be, who are they looking for? And then don't be afraid to line yourself up with somebody else's brand just for the introduction. Okay? Once you do that, the next thing that you have got to be concerned with, if you are finding prospects on the internet that do not know you, you simply are placing your business directly in front of those prospects. They're getting an introduction to the mustard, to something they didn't know existed, which is your company, your business, your products, your services. Immediately, you need to be concerned with them Googling for what everybody does Google for, is reviews. Most website owners are too busy trying to put testimonials all over their website. They forget that a consumer doesn't go Google for testimonials because they know that that is a list of only the best of the best comments or feedback you've ever gotten from customers. What they're looking for is negative feedback so that they can be warned if they shouldn't do business with you and so forth. So if you were to take your company name, forget about testimonials right now. They don't matter. What does matter is, hang on, let me hit this one, top one. What does matter is you've got to validate the people who are concerned first. Concerned, because they're not even going to get to your website to read those rotating testimonials or the testimonial video, testimonial page with 80 things on it and so forth. They're going to be looking for a generic search that has your company name or a particular product or a particular brand or a particular service or a particular salesperson or company owner. And they are going to look for the word reviews directly after that. So if somebody types in your company name and they type in the word reviews, which I'm sure you guys, this is Christmas time. You got online, you found a particular product, you searched for it, and you said, I just bought my husband these awesome TV recliner chairs. They're all electric and they're fancy dancy and so forth. And I'm standing in the middle of Costco and I pulled up the brand name and I put it into Google on my phone and I typed in reviews. And I looked for the reviews on these chairs. If I'm going to spend a couple $1,000s, I want to know what the reviews are. Same thing on the TV we got. Same thing on the oven we got. We did the same thing on every product or service. So people do this very, very commonly. You've got to take time to properly position yourself. So for us, I love this. So Trinity Event, Justin is on the call with a bunch of other people, and obviously I'm using your. So this is good for him too. The fact that we optimize the videos that we get from our clients, we're also helping them put their brand name in front of other prospects, because we're investing in SEO for ourselves and they wind up getting the benefit of being in front of or being high up on search things. So this is just an example. This is a kind of a no-brainer thing you've got to do, is you've got to put in your particular brand, and you've got to take some time to do this. And then if you haven't done this in the past, if you're Googling for your particular name or brand and so forth, and it doesn't look good, then you need to start on it. So you'll notice we have pages on here that are /CI Web Group reviews. Instead of calling the page / testimonials, change it to what people are actually searching for. We also have individual blog posts all over the website, CI Web Group Reviews, and then its title is CI Web Group Reviews. Astro Sheet Metal is a large sheet metal fabrication and customization company, and they've got a great video that they did for us. Then we have video. If you are not using video in 2015, we've been talking about it too long. It's time. It is absolutely time. You can see what you can do with it. And so forth. And then you'll see everything from Pinterest, third-party websites, our Facebook accounts, 12-step roadmap, and so forth. So in all of these different chat groups that are pulling up all of our videos. The cool part about video is if you optimize it right, it's going to get pulled from big directory sites, and these are actually garbage sites, but it doesn't matter because they're building your backlinks like crazy. They will automatically grab your video, post it onto their website just to have current content. So it doesn't hurt them because it's not duplicate content. So the more videos you have, if the video is, so this is funny. So this is some kind of review site somebody's created, group 456 RSS, blah, blah, blah. These are all RSS feeds. So notice we've got hundreds of links on here. HVAC, Amana Preferred Web Designer, Maritime Web Designer, blah, blah, blah. This is just simply from a third-party site snagging all of our videos right off our website and pulling them over here. Video is powerful. People are not going to pull RSS content anymore as much because you can get the duplicate content issues going on. However, they will absolutely pull. Your videos. So interesting. We show up on all of these websites. So with that, you guys, we've got three big homework projects, right? Homework project number one is you need to constantly, every year, if not every quarter, we do this every single quarter, you need to do a complete review and analysis on what are the primary service or product key phrases. You will have a main phrase, You'll have your variations, and you'll have your locations. You'll have the number of pages, and then you'll have the number of monthly searches, which that comes from your Google AdWords keyword planner. And that's going to tell you average monthly searches. It's going to be right here. And you can also put a note in there for competition. So that's first. The second project that you're going to do is you're going to come up with, where is the catch-up? That's the whole project, is what's the catch-up? What other brands, what other products, what are your consumers or your prospects already looking for? Even if it's totally different than what you sell. And this requires some rewiring in people's brains sometimes, because I'll hear this constant, but I don't do that. I don't care what you do. What I care about is that your prospects are looking for what they think is the right solution. You have a different solution they're not familiar with, so you're going to have to write about what they're familiar with. And so that is, you have to figure out, make a list of, put it right here. Here, let me get rid of this. Make a list of, what is the catch-up? I'm not even going to try. Okay. What is the catch-up, and how are you going to introduce yourself? So for us, marinas, ports, NMTA, Amana, Mitsubishi, HVAC, and so forth. Those are all of our catch-up bottles. People are already looking for those. All right. And then the third task, or the third thing I think you should include in your 2015 business strategy and plans is stop focusing on testimonials and stop focusing on third-party review sites. Build your own listing on Google for the word, your company or your brand, your name or your brand, and the word reviews. And put some time into it. For us, if we want to have a series of 30 videos done, you take a day of filming and or a half day of filming, invest in it. The great part is, once you create 30 videos, they're there for life. All they do is continue to build your business, grow your business, sell while you go do something else, promote your business while you're working on something else. One of the best things you can invest in is video, because it's permanent. It works forever. So I see people constantly spending money on all of these temporary assets and temporary things. Forget that. There's only a small handful of things I will do in my business. One, my website's always going to be top notch. Two, all of my design is going to be top notch, professionally done. No garbage, no, I'm going to create it myself. Everything's got to look good. Three, video. Video is permanent. It works forever and ever and ever and ever. And four, taking care of existing customers and generating new business from existing clients. We know our everything depends on if our clients love us. So we've got to pick the right clients, and sometimes we have to make that decision if we know it's not a good fit, that we're not going to move forward. So one is picking the right clients, and two is absolutely producing consistently above par results for them. And then the only other thing I will do to grow my business, and when I say customers, I also include my strategic partners in there, which is a small handful, speaking events and resellers. I have amazing resellers that own social media companies or IT companies. I have telephone companies and so forth that they are white label resellers. They sell web design, web services, and so forth. However, we're their fulfillment center, so that's a huge portion of my business. And I'll choose a handful of really, really quality speaking events, and that's it. Outside of that, I'm not going to dibble and dabble into any other marketing activities. Adding content to my site. I was saying earlier, if you have the right technology and you really take care of this, then the cool part is I can take a new post. So this is a brand new post. The only thing on this post is the new website we're designing for marinas and ports, the world's largest marine guide. So this is our new website design. There is no other content on here. None. But if I look for marina and port web design, guess what I get on page 1 of Google? A blog post that was done less than 6 days ago less than 6 days ago with one picture on it. One picture, no big blog, no 1,500 words, none of that garbage, just one picture. So, and that's in a drawer with 1.8 million searches. So I want you to really, really think about it. If you do this right, if you do things in the right order, if you take care of the technology and so forth, you will get to the point where you can go after. You can then choose a key phrase, put up a picture, an image, or design a banner or a brochure. And we do this all the time. If you go back, I would say about 80% of our content is pictures and graphics and images. One, because that's the business we're in. Two, but it's a fast way to get something to rank online. But every one of these images is ranking for a particular phrase. And it doesn't take a lot of time, but you've got to make sure everything is in perfect order. All right. So with that, those are the biggest things for 2015. I think that everybody should focus on. I hope that your business planning, don't over analyze your business planning. There's a small handful of things you probably could do in your business to make very high leverage decisions and to create some very high leverage results. Think leverage. Don't think massive. Don't think everything. It's not I have to change the world. It's simple things. Do you have a CRM? Are you tracking and properly communicating with your existing databases? The things I've showed you right now. A very small group of things perfected is going to produce much more results than you doing a whole bunch of different things kind of good. So with that, you guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, Happy New Year, and let's absolutely all come together and achieve accelerated results and total life fulfillment in 2015. With that, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. And if you want to have a strategy call with us, please don't hesitate. We love doing that. I'll jump on the phone with you. A team member will, and so forth. And we'll knock it out of the park. So thanks, you guys. Appreciate you. And have a good one.